I begged her not to follow as Jesus was led to be crucified. Mary, it will be too hard. You don't want to see this, I told her. But she said to me, I will not let my son die alone among these wolves. And so we went, joined by only one of the disciples, the young John and Mary Magdalene. I wondered where the other disciples were, and where were Jesus' siblings. Jesus' mother was a strong and determined woman, and she loved her son as much as any woman ever loved a son. He was to her the joy of her life and the purpose of her existence. Jesus had sought to prepare her for what lay ahead in Jerusalem. Somehow she had always known he would die as a young man, giving his life to save the world. Although she knew the outcome, I can't imagine what she was going through. Seeing her son hanging on the cross, covered in blood, scars caked with dirt, people yelling at him, and hearing him scream in agony with each breath that he took. Words probably can't describe what Mary was feeling. Her son was dying before her very eyes, and there was nothing she could do. Mary was determined to stand near Jesus as he suffered, though. She would fight to hold back the tears, seeking to show her son strength and love. She would do all she could standing there to ease his pain and to give him hope. As the crowd hurled their insults, Mary slowly pushed her way through the crowd until she stood before him. There he hung, naked so as to humiliate and enrich pain. Jesus' feet were 2 feet off the ground, and from where Mary stood, she could reach up and touch his chest, though the Roman guards forbade such things. As we stood there, Mary said to Jesus, I love you, my son. Your father will soon come for you. You are in his hands. I love you, my son. It was then that Jesus looked at his mother and spoke slowly and tenderly to her. Dear woman, this is now your son. He nodded his head toward John. And then to John he said, here is your mother. John placed his arm around Mary and held her as if to say to Jesus, I understand. I will take care of her for you. We slowly backed away and fell to the ground. I caught a glimpse of an older man escorting his sons away from the crowd. I heard Jesus speak to one of the criminals. Then I looked over at Mary to see John wrapping his arms around her. I thought to myself, will Jesus be able to wrap his arms around me ever again? Will I be able to wrap my arms around him? His chest stopped moving, and he bowed his head. And Mary said one more time, I love you, my son.